Hi everyone and welcome back to the ToroK channel. So today we're going to compare two guitars that look very close, for which the price is very different, but as you're going to see through this video, these two guitars have a lot in common. So first is the Harley Benton SC Custom 3 Active. I have already reviewed several weeks ago anyway. And in my right hand is the ESP LTD EC-401. So you've got a 319 euros guitar versus a 775 euros guitar. Yes, huge difference of price, but okay. Two single cut guitars, 24 frets, easy access neck, active pickups, groove tuners in both cases, and both are made at World Music factories. This one is made in World Music Korea, when this one is made in World Music Indonesia. So a lot in common, but we're gonna enter deep in the details so you can also see what are the differences between these two. So the Harley Benton is coming with a Meranti body. The table is also made of Meranti, a Meranti neck, a rusted Jadova fretboard, and two Tesla active pickups. So of course we are on something that's pretty affordable, since Harley Benton is the homebred of Thomann, and in general you're not going for some very expensive materials. On the other hand, the LTD is coming with a mahogany body, a mahogany neck, a very nice maple top, quilted maple, and you've got a Wenge fretboard with EMG 81 and 60 pickups. So something that's a bit more top of the line, and you can see by the finish that there is something that has been made very carefully. It's really a beautiful guitar, and since we are talking about an ESP LTD, it does explain why it's that much more expensive. So now I think we're gonna listen to these two guitars played alternatively. First in the mix, I'm gonna use the same mix as I have used for the ESP LTD, but I have removed the symphony. Then I'm gonna isolate parts of the demo so you can hear the guitar played alone and clean, of course. But just before going there, I would like to ask you to subscribe to this channel if it's not already done. Leave thumbs up, share on socials so more people come to visit the channel. And if you order anything from my partner Thomann, this guitar or anything else, please use my partner link. It's gonna be in the video description down below. You have to know that when you click my link, you are on the German page of Thomann. So if you like me, you don't speak German, you click on the German flag, you choose yours, you click save, and there you are. Now if you want to make 100% sure that you're already on my partner page and nowhere else, you can use the second link that's in the video description down below. It's gonna lead you to a list of highly recommended gear, recommended by me of course. There you will see my banner, my logo, everything that identifies the channel, so you're sure you're making no mistake. Okay, I think enough talk, time for the music, let's go! Okay, so as you have heard, the difference of tone between these two, even though it does exist, is not that obvious. We are talking about active pickups, so of course the difference of tone has to be really not easy to hear, but it does exist, and especially when you play the guitar alone, you hear it. This Harley Benton has very interesting pickups. They sound super nice, they sound super good, they've got a very massive tone, especially for the chugs and the metal rhythm in general. When on the LTD, maybe you have a better note definition, something a tiny bit brighter because the medium frequency is higher, and I would say that maybe it's a bit more refined. And this refinement is something you can also hear in the neck pickup. When I play the lead part with the neck pickup, I think it sounds better on the LTD than on the Harley Benton. Again, because, well, at some point, maybe this one is a tiny bit more gross than this one, and maybe the pickups are singing a bit more on the LTD than on the Harley Benton. But as far as the rhythm part goes, and as far as the clean tone goes, I do prefer the Harley Benton. More low end, something that sounds fuller with potentially more headroom and less compression. The level of output is a bit higher, especially on the neck pickup on the Harley Benton. So both are making sense. But if I have to choose, I'm taking this one for the rhythm part and the cleans, and I'm taking this one for the leads. Now, if I have to give a grade for these two guitars in terms of tone, I will give a 8 on this one because really everything sounds good, and I will give a 7 to the Harley Benton because the leads are sounding a tiny bit less good than on the LTD. Okay, now let's talk about playability, and I will start with the Harley Benton. So let's first see how the access to the 24 frets is. And this access is really very easy. I can reach to the last fret on the last string pretty comfortably, and that's okay. So you've got a C-shaped neck that's between modern and traditional, I would say. It's very comfortable. The painting is absolutely not sticky at all, despite, well, it's glossy finish. You've got a guitar that's really very pleasant to play for chords, for leads, for chugs, for pretty much everything you want. And the point of balance is absolutely excellent. You can play it very nicely, standing or sitting, it doesn't matter. You've got to know that mine is 3.9 kilograms, so it's not the lightest guitar I have ever played. But I mean, since it's very well balanced, it's not a problem. I don't feel it. Of course, maybe I would if I had to play a 3 hours long gig, but so far, I mean, it's okay. I'm having fun. The polish job on the fret is well made. Nothing sharp here. So really very interesting and very fun guitar to play. As far as the tuning stability goes, well, as I'm playing for 1, 2, 3 hours in a row, I'm okay. It doesn't move that much, except if I play tones and tones of bands. Of course, that's true for every guitar, except if you have a never tuned bridge. But I have to check it out. But so far it's okay. If I put it down a stand for 1, 2, 3 days, and I can take it back afterwards, if I play without checking the tuning, I can sense, if I take a lot of care, that maybe it has moved a tiny bit. And in general, yes, it has, but it's a very quick setup. So I think it's very interesting, very correct. Things would be better if I had a graphic nut, of course. But yeah, this guitar is reliable, and you can trust it for playing and staying in tune. As far as the LTD goes, well, again, let's check it out. It's the same access to the 24th fret, even on the low E string. So, comfortable. Of course, I would not spend a lot of time here, because as you realize, I don't have that long fingers. But, you know, very satisfying guitar for playing chugs, for playing laser, pretty much everything you want. You've got a U-shaped neck that's traditional for ESP LTD, but on set and finish, and that's something I have already realized in other guitars, you don't have that many shoulders. The back is not that flat. I mean, we're not talking about a Court or a Jackson. You've got some things that feels closer to a modern C than to a real U shape, you know, not flat at all. It really makes me think a lot of the necks I have in my shakers. It's 20 to 22 millimeters, and since you have a set and finish, it's really a highway when you want to play. Of course, absolutely not sticky, and then I have already said, and I'm gonna repeat it again, I do prefer set and finish on the necks, but you know, even a glossy finish can suit me if it's not sticky. Okay, you've got here 24 extra jumbo frets that are doing a really good job in terms of precision. The tuning stability on this guitar is really very good. Again, like the early Benton, I can play for 1, 2, 3 hours in a row, and it's not gonna move unless I'm playing tones and tones of bands. And when I put it back in its stand and take it back after 1, 2, 3 days of rest, if I play it without checking if it's in tune, I really don't hear that it's not. I have to use a tuner to realize that it has moved really a tiny little bit. But that is something very interesting. It's a really very good guitar on this point, and that is due to the good hardware, of course, and the graphic nut that's really helping the guitar stay in tune. In terms of weight, it is 335 kilograms. The point of balance again is absolutely perfect. Playing sitting, playing standing, this guitar is following you whatever you want to do, and that is excellent. So, in terms of bonus, I have to say that the polish job on the frets of the LTD is absolutely amazing. I mean, it's been polished like a mirror. If I have to give grades for the global tuning stability and playability, I will give a glorious 9 to this ESP LTD. That really feels absolutely great, and I really love the satin neck and the modern C-shaped neck. I'm gonna give this one a 7.5 because it's really reproachless globally. I have had much less good guitars in terms of playability and tuning stability, trust me. Of course, again, it's not that refined as the ESP LTD. You've got that glossy finish, even though it's not sticky at all again, and very comfortable to play. The neck, as you may realize, is a tiny bit thicker on the Harley Benton than on the ESP LTD, but that is really not a night and day difference. I mean, you can move from one to another and you're not gonna feel lost. In both cases, you've got something that feels like a C shape, but this one is just a tiny bit thicker. I think it's 1 millimeter thicker, something like that. But it remains a very comfortable and very reliable guitar to play. Not finished yet, I'm gonna, well, talk about the aesthetic chapter, but I think things are obvious. in terms of shape, you see that this one is inspired by this one. In terms of finish, well, here you've got a satin finish with a quilted maple that's absolutely gorgeous. On this one you've got, well, an entirely white guitar with a 7-ply binding that has been carefully made. So yeah, we're not talking about the same thing at all. I would give an 8 in terms of aesthetics to this one, because not only it's beautiful, but everything is absolutely perfect. There's no tool mark, there's no finish flow, there's no problem with the painting or something like that. I will give this one a 6, because even though it's perfect as well, I mean, absolutely no flow, no tool mark, nothing wrong. Well, of course, it's way more simple. So I think it's easier to have a perfect result on such a guitar with a white finish than on this one with a quilted maple, a satin finish. Yeah, you know, 8, 6. And there's something interesting as far as the EC-401 goes. It does exist in classic white or in classic black with a glossy finish, and I would give it the same grade as the Harley Benton. That's a 6, if it's perfect as the Harley Benton is. So, to sum it up, well, we've got two guitars that are sharing the same philosophy. I mean, we're talking about metal guitars with active pickups, made for chugs, made for shreds, made to go fast, made to play loud, and both are doing a very good job as far as this is concerned. Now you see the difference of price in the choice of the materials. The wood is not the same, okay? This one is made in Korea, this one is made in Indonesia, and trust me that Indonesian wages are not the same as Korean wages, and that's the reason why more and more guitars are made in Indonesia, especially when it comes to world music. But in both cases you've got a very good guitar to play. I mean, the difference is, if you're not talking about brand, if you're not talking about materials, the difference of price is not revealed in the pleasure you have to play. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun with the Harley Benton, and I'm also having a lot of fun, a tiny bit more maybe, yeah, with the LTD, because it's more refined, because it's got a satin neck, and because when you want to shred, I think especially the EMG 60 sounds better than the neck pickup on the Harley Benton. But if you don't have 775 euros to afford this one, you can really go for this one. Trust me, you should play it if you like this kind of guitar. And if you don't trust me, well, just try it by yourself, and you will see that for the price, you've got something that's absolutely amazing. If it was 100 or 200 euros more expensive and coming from another brand, it would not shock anybody, because it's really a stunning, good guitar. And at that price point, it's really impressive to have such a good guitar. Of course, this one is a bit better. That's due, well, to the brand. ESP LTD is always making very interesting guitars and very nice players. It's due to better materials, it's due to maybe better pickups, because the EMG 8160, whatever you might think about them, are really excellent pickups, but both are worth it. Again, I would take this one for the rhythm parts and the clean parts. I would take this one for the leads and maybe some additional chugs, because I mean, the chugs sound good on the EMG 81, but I think with more low end, they sound a tiny bit more interesting on this one, even though it's a bit more gross, you know. But yeah, very interesting guitars in both cases. If you have the budget, this one is really absolutely amazing. If you don't have the budget, this one is absolutely amazing in its price range, and you never expect such a good guitar for 319 euros. Okay, well, I think I've said it all, so thanks for watching this video, and see you next time for the next one.